It's time to predict the scores of Week 11 of this 2023-2024 Premier League season. Another 10 matches to predict this Saturday, Sunday and Monday. Last week though, in game week 10, top scorer over on the Superbru website was Cardiff Wire 7603, and Cardiff Wire came away with 16 points overall. How that affects the overall leaderboard now? Well, Nathan, you've slipped slightly. Still in second position on 121.5 points, but top of the shop yet again is Joggett on 124.5 points. That's housekeeping done. Let's get straight into it and predict the scores for week 11.
Okay, so first up we have the 12:30 on TNT between Fulham and Manchester United. Now, Man United, you just don't know what they're going to do, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely smashed by Man City at home. Whereas Fulham got a good draw against Brighton the other night. I don't know which way to go for it. Really, really tough. They're grinding out the results that they need to. However, I just think, I don't know, I'm going to go bold. 1-0, never back the early kickoff.
1-0 to Fulham, yeah. Difficult to back Manchester United at the moment. Currently in 8th position. Their away form, okay, they've won their last two against Burnley and Sheffield United. You'd normally expect them to beat a team like Fulham, but Fulham are sort of pulling out all the stops themselves. Draw against Brighton, okay, defeat against Spurs and Chelsea recently, but they have picked up points against Luton, Palace and Sheffield United. So for me, this has got draw written all over it. I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline. Next up, we've got the first of the 3 o'clock kickoffs between Brentford and West Ham. Now, a few weeks ago, Brentford looked woeful. I think they'd only registered 1 win in the league. They're currently in 10th position with back-to-back wins now against Burnley and Chelsea, which was very impressive in game week 10, where they won 2-0. Taking on a West Ham side who dipped recently with back-to-back defeats against Everton and Aston Villa. It's just the 1 win in 6 now for the Hammers. I do think they'll bounce back in this one. An all-London affair. I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win to the Hammers, which is a little bit against the form book.
Yeah, this one, I think they're just going to cancel each other out. West Ham, sometimes they turn up, sometimes they don't. Their format obviously hasn't been as great, but I don't know, it's West Ham. They just surprise us sometimes, so I'm going to go 1-1. Next up, we have Burnley, who are just atrocious, coming up against Crystal Palace. Now, Palace calling out for a win. Have had some really tricky fixtures as of late, and I think they're just going to do that 2-0 to Palace.
2-0 to Palace away from home.
Yeah.
Do you think Palace will gain all 3 points in this match?
Yes, easily.
For me, this one's got 0-0 written all over it. The creativity in that team is non-existent at the moment. I think they scored something like 2 goals in their last 5 fixtures. Back-to-back defeats, okay. It's been against Spurs and Newcastle, both strong teams. But Burnley, okay. 5 defeats in their last 7 matches isn't great. But I am going to go for a 0-0 draw. Maybe Company. Well, they've got to pick up points from somewhere, Burnley, haven't they? Let's move on to the next fixture. Another team that's sort of erratic in their form. We've got Everton coming against Brighton. Both of these teams really. Everton 3 wins in their last 6. And Brighton haven't won in their last 4. I'm going to sit on the fence with this one. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw as well. Evan Ferguson's probably, getting amongst the goals. Matoma, but they have got quite a few injuries. Perhaps Stupidum may be back for this match. Touch and go, though. Interesting,
yeah. I think with Brighton, they are crying out for a win, and I think that they will build a bit of confidence. I'm going to go 3-0 to Brighton. Moving on, next up, we've got Manchester City against Bournemouth. Iraola basically saving his job last week with that very good victory against Burnley, and then obviously Manchester City winning the Manchester derby, so that's going to be another win for Man City for me. Bournemouth going back to their ways, so 4-0.
Yeah, it was a good win for Bournemouth at long last. I think that was what was like their first victory in the Premier League this season. But we're coming up against the Manchester City side. Haaland with a couple of goals and an assist, and I think it was Foden who got the other goal in that Manchester derby. This one though, there's only one winner in this one. It could be 6, 7 or 8 goals, but I am going to go for 3. 3-0 to the Citizens. Next up we've got Sheffield United coming up against Wolves. Wolves for me, probably one of the surprise packages in the Premier League this season. They're currently in 12th position, just the one defeat in their last 7 matches, and it was a 2-2 draw at Desmond's against Newcastle at home last time out. Sheffield United, no wins this season, just the 1 point. Woeful, and it was a 5-0 reverse against Arsenal in game week 10. I don't think they'll concede as many this game week. Really, they have to shore up that defence. I think they will, but I think they'll still lose this one, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 away victory to Wolves.
Yeah, conceding 29 goals in 10 matches is disgraceful for any team in the top flight, to be honest. But yeah, Wolves going to continue their decent form as of late, and in fact they're going to make it 6 without a defeat. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-0. Moving on to the 5:30 on Sky between Newcastle and Arsenal. Now, where do we go with this one? Newcastle, fantastic form. Arsenal, also fantastic form as well, including 5-0 against Sheffield United, as we've just discussed. Newcastle stumbling a little bit with a draw against Wolves, but have been superb as of late from them. They're going to cancel each other out, I think, in this one, especially at St James's Park, 1-1.
Really? I fancy Arsenal in this one. Newcastle, Isaac's out for this one, probably won't be back until after the international break, which leaves Wilson up top on his own. They've got a few injuries in that Newcastle side at the moment. Arsenal looking really good, aren't they? And an excellent win in the last game week. So I think it'll be close, but I fancy the Gunners to take all 3 points in a 2-1 away victory. We then move on to the Sunday fixtures where Nottingham Forest take on Aston Villa. Live on Sky in the UK at 2 p.m. Aston Villa just keep churning out win after win, especially at home. 5 wins in their last 6 matches. Okay, it was 3-1 at home against Luton. Most teams beat Luton, and prior to that it was a very, very good victory against West Ham. Nottingham Forest currently in 16th position.
Badly.
They've only won twice this season. 3-0 away to Liverpool. Okay, that was on the cards, but prior to that it was 3 draws on the bounce. I think they'll make it a little bit tough for Villa, but I think Villa, they've got plenty of attacking flair in that side. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 away win to Aston Villa.
Interesting. I actually think there's going to be one more, and Forest haven't been really scoring as much late, but I think they might nick one here, especially at home as well. So I'm going to go 3-1 Villa. Moving on, next up we got the 4:30 between Luton and Liverpool. Now Liverpool up into 4th position, 2 wins on the bounce now, which is decent for them after they had that bit of a stumble. Good 3-0 victory against Nottingham Forest at home as well. And then they get Luton, who have dipped quite a bit, but they've had some tricky fixtures, to be fair to them. So, got to back Liverpool, haven't I, here, 4-1.
Yeah, you got to back Liverpool in this one. Away from home, Luton need to... Well, I don't think they will. I think Liverpool will keep a clean sheet. They've got a very strong side out this evening in the Carabao Cup. Liverpool, like Salah playing in that fixture. I think they'll all take all 3 points. And I'm going to go for a 3-0 away victory to Liverpool. And although Luton, they haven't been getting smashed by teams of late. So
they're the best out of the promoted sides,
they've been doing well, or they've been doing okay rather. But I fully expect the Reds of Liverpool to win this one 3-0. And the final fixture of this game week takes place on Monday evening. We're top of the Premier League. Who would have thought you'd be saying that? Got Spurs coming up against Chelsea. Chelsea losing at home against Brentford. They're still finding their form. They've got injuries galore throughout that Chelsea side. Young, inexperienced, but they've blended in with a bit of experience as well. Spurs doing very, very well. Maddison has been a revelation. We knew he was a really good player, but he's been excellent since he's joined Tottenham. Their defence looks good. I can only see one winner in this one. I think they will concede, but I am going to go for a 2-1 home victory to Spurs.
Yeah, the interesting thing with Spurs is that out of their last 5 games, they've actually scored 2 goals in each game. But I think, what was it, that Luton victory? I think it's actually going to be one more, and I think they're going to keep a clean sheet and push their way up on that top spot in the Premier League, so 3-0.
Fantastic. That concludes our predictions for game week 11 of this 2023-2024 season. Make sure you leave your predictions over at the Superbru website. Link in the description and code in there if you haven't already joined in the fun. Especially new subscribers. The support on the channel recently has been absolutely phenomenal. Now Cardiff City playing away this weekend against Stoke City. Nathan, will there be a vlog coming up or a watch along or anything? No, can't go this weekend. But how about a week Saturday?
Yeah, there'll be a video out week Saturday, won't there?
Brilliant. So thanks for joining us once again. Enjoy your Premier League weekend and look out for all the other content on this channel as well. But for now, we bid you all farewell and we'll see you all in the next video.
6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?